Welcome to our third Scratch Skills tutorial. In this video, we're looking at sensing and how it can be used to control where a character goes. We're going to make a maze game which a character has to navigate his way through. Now, like all good maze games, you cannot go through walls, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's get started. Now, the first thing we need a maze. So I'm going to open up my web browser and I'm going to type in maze template Scratch and search for that. Oops, there we go. And let's go to images and find a quite easy one with a thick border. This one here looks pretty good. So I'm going to open that up. I might actually go to their website to save it. Cool, and then I'm going to save that one to my desktop. Now I've already saved this one earlier, but if you click save, it'll save it. We can close that. Now back in Scratch, we need to import that. And we're going to import it as a new backdrop. So we go down to our backdrop button. So upload new backdrop from file. You should only have one, and I'm going to upload mine. Now you can see on here it's on the left, but on here it's on the center. If I click here, it's going to move to where it was on the backdrops page. So if I click on backdrops at the top, I can actually edit that and I can move it where I want it to go. So I might have mine kind of at the middle there at the top. And then when I click scripts, it'll move over. So we've got our maze in place. Now we need to get our character to walk through the maze. Now he's a little big at the moment. So all I'm going to do is under events, I'm going to say when flag is clicked. And I'm going to get one of his looks that we looked at in the first video. And I'm going to set his size to, let's say, 20. Now when I hit the flag, he'll go smaller. And I'll move him at the start of the maze. I may even put, just to be safe, I'm going to put a reset key in here. So when space key is pressed, we go down to the R key, and I'm just going to go back to motion and go to that location there. So say he's over there, and I push R, he should go back. Cool. Now the next thing we need to do is get him to move. And we're going to look at a bit more of an advanced way of making him move rather than the one we looked at last time. This time we're going to go to control. And we're going to get the if, and then the little diamond shape there, then something happens. Let's go to sensing and move in if key pressed. And what we'll do is right click on that and go duplicate, and then link it up, and then right click on that and duplicate again and link them up. So we should have 4 of these empty kind of spaces like this where we can put code in. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a forever loop on it, just so when we do run the program, this code runs forever. And we're also going to put a when flag clicked. So there's our basic layout. Let's get our movements in here now. Now we learned that Y is up and down, X is left and right. So we want our change X by in here. So 2 of those. And we want 2 change Y bys in here. Okay, so now when we move, and let's set these, when we move left, change Y by, and because we're going that way, it's a negative. So -10. And that might be a little fast actually. I'm going to go -5. And then when I move right, I'm just going to make that, 5. And when I go up, I'm going to make that just 5 because Y will go up. Yep, 5. And when I go down, I'm going to make that -5. Okay, now when I push play, I should have that motion. So you can see I can move around when I push the arrow key, and then boop, it takes me back. So there's our motion. So that's all up and running. These are just a few things to get going. I mean, I could move that there, to be honest. So I don't need an extra one. Okay. So now whenever I hit play, I can move around. So now what we want to do is we want to get our sensing working so he can't just go through walls. And the way we do that is we add an extra if statement in here. So we go back to controls and we get an if. And just for now, let's build it on the side. So one of these is going to go in each one of these if statements here. But we go to sensing, and there's one that says touching color. And we drag that one in there. Now if you click on the color, you can see the little hand comes up. And you can go to any color on your screen, and it will take a copy of that color. We want the black of the maze, because we don't want it to be able to go through walls. So you click that, and you'll see now it's got that color there, and this is all empty. We want to duplicate this one, and each time drop it just under the touching. So like that, like that, and the last one can go there. So yours should look like mine, and you can see it's starting to get a little complicated now, but it should still make sense if you build it up slowly like we did. Now what we want to say is the opposite of whatever's in here, because if he hits that wall, well, we want it to go back that way. So what you can do is I'm going to duplicate the one below. I don't need the whole lot, do I? Just need to change by 5 and put it in there. And then, it's going to give me the whole lot every time. I put the -5 there. I might actually go here for the next one. We can then go change Y by, and it needs to be the opposite again. So -5. And here it's going to need to be +5. Now, if at any point in this video I'm going a little fast, feel free just to rewind, pause it, copy the code, and just make sense of it on your own if I'm going a little too quick. Now, if we hit the play button, you can see I can move freely here, but as soon as I go to a wall, now I'm pushing across now, it's not going across. And I can't break through any walls, but I can run around freely while there's white space, but while there's not, I'm stuck. And let's say I'm playing, going all right, but I'm too lost. I can push the R key, go back to the start, and let's make our way to the end here. Okay. Done. Okay, so we got to the end of the maze. Now, that's how we use our sensing, so we can stop from going through walls. We can also use this if you want to make a portal or something like that to set a player to a different location or a different backdrop. The backdrops we'll look at in another video, but let's just do another location now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new sprite, and I'm going to make it look quite portalish. So I'm going to get a circle, and I'm just going to draw kind of not a circle, do like an oval shape, and I'm going to fill it in blue. That may be a little big, but we'll see. Yeah, that's quite big. I'm just going to shrink it down when we start our program. So I'll say with this one, when we start, let's make him 30% and just click play. Okay, there's my little portal there. Now, going back to our sprite, I can say a whole new section here. So when flag is clicked, then I'm going to go if and sensing, touching color, and I'm just going to go to the blue color. If touching color blue, and then something will happen. Let's make him go back to the start, maybe just there. So we go to, now you can see whenever I move him around, it actually changes this position here to wherever he is. So if I wanted to touch there and then go down here, I just look at what that position is and I put that there. So now when he touches that, he should fly back here. I'm going to set him here just so it's easier. I push play. So let's see, when I touch it, nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? Okay, it's because we need to include a forever there, which means that runs forever. Okay, so now I push play again and boop, puts me back. And let's make sure of that. Run all the way and back. If you wanted to, you could add more portals throughout the maze, which make it even more complicated than it seems. But overall, the important thing is that you know how to use that skill of sensing. So if touching a specific color, something else happens. In our next video, we're going to look at backgrounds and how going through a portal can take you to a whole new background, which is very similar to this. It just involves a couple more steps. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.